country is known for its City of Lights, its popular tourist destination, and even is the most visited country in the whole wide world. And overall is blooming with art and culture. France is a country filled with rich history and exquisite food for all to enjoy. Over 195 countries in the world, and each having their own unique way of life and order. We live in a multicultural world, and there's a lack of common knowledge of the world we live in, and it's vital to learn about people around us and the cultural background of those people. After days of endless research, I've been able to deep dive and truly gather important details about France and its culture and what makes it France the way it is. Today I will discuss about France's culture, terrain, and its natural monuments. So to start off, my first point will be covering France's culture. And this picture right here is Alexander III Bridge in Paris, France. And that's the France's flag. So some quick facts and some quick facts and values about France is that its religion is predominantly Catholicism. Its official language is France, and some values that they have is equality and romance and passion. And according to Live Science, they said that sex is good for life. And 9% of French women over 50 are sexually active compared to our 60% of American women that are sexually active. Okay. So national holidays in France are it's kind of similar to what we have in America. As an example, in Bastille Day, which is celebrated on July 14th, it represents the storming of Bastille in 1789 and is a major turning point of the French Revolution. It's very similar to our Independence Day, which we celebrate on July 4th, and it's because we declare our independence from Great Britain. There's use of fireworks and parades, like this parade right here. This parade right here, which is the military parade, which is on Champs-Élysées Boulevard in Paris, France. And the flag is also shown, obviously, and the motto liberty, equality, and fraternity is also very said during this time. And the national anthem, which is La Marseillaise, is also sang. So, also in France, their cultures have a very healthy lifestyle. As you can tell in this chart by the OECD, you can tell that the US has a much more higher percentage of overweight or obesity people compared to France right here, since they're much more healthier. 1/10 of people in France are obese, and about less than 40% are overweight and obese. So it really shows that France lives a very healthy lifestyle. So next we'll be talking about the government in France, which is the French Republic. The head of the government is the Prime Minister, which is currently this guy right here, Edouard Philippe, and the head of the state is the President, which is Emmanuel Macron, which isn't shown, but he serves 5-year terms, and currently Philippe and Macron are been serving since 2017. Also part of the government is the Municipal Council and the bicameral parliament, which can be considered like our legislative, like we have here in the United States. There's also the Judiciary of France, which has 9 people, and Admin of France, which is elected by the French people and is divided into 22 regions, and their elected council are in each region. Now that since you're doing a quick dive into France's culture, now we're going to talk about her landscape and geography and how they use it. So, in France's terrain, it's absolutely breathtaking, as you can tell. It's considered as the top tourist destination in 2013, and over 84 million people visited there in 2013. Physically, France is the largest country in Western Europe. It's because there's so many beaches and mountains, so beautiful. And nationally, by National Geographic, they state that France is 25% forest, 50% country and farming, and 10% parkland and reserves. In the article, The Cultural Background of Landscape Perception in England, France, Germany, and Hungary by Dexler, it says that in the early 19th century, the France's landscape region was very symbolized, and they wanted to make a very prestige style, meaning they wanted to be very aesthetically pleasing, which it very is. And also the government helps preserve the wildlife and open space. The government really takes part of the wildlife in France, and the land is also very used for farming, and since France is a very agricultural country. The animals that they have there In the Alps, there's brown bears and alpine hares, and in the Mediterranean, which is in the south, there's flamingos and African birds, since France is right north of Africa. Next, we'll be talking about France's national monuments and treasures. Since France has many famous architectural pieces, and since it has such a strong history, there's so many people are drawn to their places and monuments. Like this one is the Eiffel Tower, the very infamous Eiffel Tower, which is located in Paris, France, and it's made by the Gustave Eiffel Company, since it was meant to commemorate the French Revolution. This was also built in 1889. Next, we have the Louvre, and also in Paris, France. This was built in a fortress in 1190, and this place is actually originally a royal palace, but now it's a very famous museum with many famous pieces of art, such as the Mona Lisa. Next, we have the Notre Dame Cathedral, which is also in Paris, France. But sadly, recently, just last month, this beautiful cathedral got burned down, but it's such an amazing piece of artwork. We still are in awe. There's such a famous Gothic cathedral, and it's very famous for its architectural design. It was built between the 12th and 14th century, and this was initiated by the Mauve de Sully bishop. So all in all, France is a wonderful place to be in. Strong sense of nationality, culture, landscape, history, and art. Like looking into the values and its architecture, it's not rocket science that France is such a popular destination to be and go to. Its rich and long history has created one of the most beautiful places on earth, and people have put time and thought into the country and has made France such a very pleasing place to be. And this is why France is absolutely unique. Thank you.